Welcome to the Man of Recaps. This is Luke Cage Season 2. Life is good for Luke Cage, the hero of Harlem. He's officially dating the hot nurse Claire, things are going great, and he's using his bulletproof powers to shut down crime. But crime is never shut down for long. Harlem's new crime boss is Maria Dillard, taking over from her cousin Cottonmouth after she killed him last season. Shades is her partner, and not just in the business, they are dating. I don't judge, but I mean, there's a bit of an age difference. Maria wants out of the crime game though. She's got an insider trading deal in the works that would make all her money legit. But to raise money for the initial investment, she's got to sell her gun business to another gang. This guy makes a plan to blow up Luke Cage, but oh, that doesn't work. He's fine. He's got a backup plan though, a Judas bullet. Yeah, the super strong bullets that almost took him out in season 1. But when they did the surgery with the acid bath, it appears to have made him even stronger. Judas bullets no longer affect him, takes this guy out. He goes to see Maria like, yo, whatever deal you're working on, I'm gonna shut it down. But over in Brooklyn, there's a new leader of the Jamaican gang, Bushmaster, and he has some sort of personal beef with Maria.
Think you can take out Maria Dillard? Take over Harlem?
Maria Stokes. Maria Stokes.
Yeah, remember Dillard is her dead doctor husband's name. She was born Maria Stokes, granddaughter of the original Harlem Crime Boss, Mama Mabel. Bushmaster's a super awesome breakdance fighter, and more importantly than that, he is also bulletproof. His powers come from the mystical Jamaican herb Nightshade, which makes him super strong, but takes a toll on the body. Nightshade only grows in Jamaica though. To get some here in New York, he's got to visit an alternative medicine doctor, Tilda, who by coincidence is Maria's estranged daughter that she's just trying to reconnect with. Now, the next person Maria tries to sell her guns to is Cockroach, a real bad dude who beats his girl and kid, so when Luke Cage busts in, oh, he goes a little too hard on him. He almost kills this guy. Claire's like, hey, Luke, we should talk about your anger issues, but to prove he doesn't have anger issues, he punches a hole in the wall. So Claire's like, yeah, I'm gonna go stay with my mom. We're officially on a break. So Luke Cage focuses on work, knows the next person Maria would sell her guns to is this Bushmaster guy.
The gun deal with Maria Dillard ain't happening.
Stokes. Maria Stokes.
They've never dealt with Luke Cage before, so they test him and find out he is indeed indestructible, so he's like, yo, Harlem is my yard, you stay out. But Bushmaster gets all jacked up on Nightshade, goes to fight Luke Cage, and ho, kicks his butt. So Shades goes to make the gun deal with Bushmaster.
I'm here on behalf of Maria Dillard.
Stokes. Maria Stokes.
Bushmaster's playing nice for now. He buys all the guns, and the stock deal goes through. Maria's legit super rich. But then Bushmaster visits her at Harlem's Paradise, lets it be known that he's got some personal beef with her.
Pleasure doing business with you, Miss Stokes.
Dillard, bitch.
So when Councilwoman Maria Dillard is opening up her Family First Community Center, oh, heads on pikes! Bushmaster kidnaps her money man, so Luke Cage has to bust in and save him. He wants to bring him to the cops to take Maria down. But Bushmaster's goons keep coming, so Luke Cage calls him up to settle this like gentlemen with an old-fashioned street fight. They're about equal in strength, but Bushmaster's faster with his epic flippy kicks. Luke still gets the upper hand until Bushmaster pulls out the pocket sand. Yeah, it's more mystical Jamaican herbs that paralyzes Luke, so, oh, kicked off the bridge! Luke's skin may be indestructible, but he definitely can drown. Luckily, the paralysis wears off just in time. But now Bushmaster has the money man, nicknamed Piranha, and it's like, hey, transfer all of Mariah's money to me.
Whatever y'all got going against Maria Dillard.
Maria Stokes. Maria Stokes.
So Luke teams up with Detective Misty Knight, who remember lost her arm to a katana in the Defenders. Luckily, Danny Rand is super rich, hooked her up with a robot arm, and she kicks just as much butt as ever. But they're too late. Piranha is fed to the piranhas, and Maria is broke. Bushmaster goes to Mariah's house and finally explains the backstory. Back in the day, the Stokes were equal partners with his Jamaican family, but Mama Mabel tried to cut him out. In fact, they threw in the Bushmaster rum, lit his house on fire, young Bushmaster escaped, but his mama didn't. So yeah, his grievance with the Stokes family is very legit. Now he lights Mariah's house on fire and leaves her to die, so Bushmaster's finally had his revenge and claimed Harlem as his birthright. But Luke Cage got there in time to save her. He wants Maria to go to jail, not burn. When Bushmaster gets the news, he is mad, puts $1 million bounty on Maria and Luke. The cops go to see him, but they can't prove anything.
You put a bounty out on Maria Dillard.
Stokes. Unknown.
The bounty includes their families too, so Luke's got to visit his estranged father, the Reverend. He's been reaching out to Luke all season, but he was a bad father. They've got issues, but they eventually work him out. So Luke brings everyone to lay low at an abandoned Rand building where Maria talks to her daughter and reveals a big secret. Dr. Dillard isn't her real father. It is Maria's sexually abusive Uncle Pete. This just got heavy. Meanwhile, $1 million bounty is enough to turn this one cop.
Maria Dillard. Is that offer still good?
Maria Stokes. Yes.
Bushmaster rolls up, and it's a rematch with Luke Cage, but his Nightshade's wearing off. Luke handily beats him this time, and Bushmaster's off to jail. Of course, that doesn't last. He somehow smuggled in a bomb, and boom, blows up the van and vanishes without a trace. Now, who's this coming in? It's billionaire Danny Rand, the Iron Fist. What do you think, man? Time for a team-up episode? Hell yeah! And these two go kick some butt, superhero team-up style. Unstoppable force, immovable object, blam! Superpower combo. Meanwhile, Piranha's money transfer was deemed illegal, so Mariah's rich again, and she's ready for revenge.
Miss Dillard, please.
The name is Stokes. Maria Stokes.
She shoots up the whole Jamaican restaurant, all of Bushmaster's innocent friends and relatives, and lights his uncle on fire. But now Shades is like, yo, Mariah's crossed a line. Now early this season, Shades' best friend Comanche was just released from prison. He never approved of Shades and Mariah's relationship, not just because of the age difference, but because back in prison, these two were lovers. But Comanche was released from prison as an informant for the police chief, and when Shades is about to find out, he doubles down and shoots the guy. But Shades doesn't believe his story, and oh, he shoots Comanche, his best friend and prison lover. This breaks him. So after Shades and Mariah break up, he goes to the cops. He's ready to flip on Mariah. She's gotta go down. They need harder evidence than just his confession, though. They want Mama Mabel's antique unique gun that Mariah just used to kill a guy. So Shades goes back, pretends to apologize, but Mariah figures him out immediately. But Bushmaster's still out there, forces Tilda to heal him with some more nightshade. But when they go to the Jamaican restaurant and see what her mother's done, she's like, yo, Bushmaster, you're the good guy in all this. I'm gonna make you a super nightshade shot so you can go kill my mom. So Bushmaster hulks out, goes on a rampage. He's gonna kill Mariah, but once again, Luke Cage and Misty have to save Mariah's life so they can get her to jail. It's an epic fight, but boom, Luke Cage knocks out Bushmaster. He runs out of there. And finally, this nightshade's taking too much of a toll on him. He's just going home to Jamaica. But now the cops have their smoking gun, and Mariah Stokes Dillard finally under arrest. But Mariah is still very rich and starts killing anyone who's ever worked for her, so she might get off. So her daughter comes to see her like, hey mom, you're super evil, kisses her on the lips, which is only something you do if you've got the Game of Thrones poison lipstick. Luke Cage happened to be there for one last chat, and so Mariah dies in his arms. But now there's a power vacuum in Harlem as rival gangs moving in, violence in the streets. So Luke goes to see the Italian boss, and after testing, they realize they can't take him out. But it's like, hey, you may be invincible, but you're still just one man. You can't stop all crime in the city by just running around being a vigilante. Luke's like, you know what? You're right. Consider me the new boss of Harlem. Don't be coming in doing crime in my territory. In fact, in Mariah's will, she left Harlem's paradise to Luke Cage, hoping that being the king would corrupt him. But Luke doesn't want to be the king. He considers himself more of a sheriff. Detective Misty Knight's like, yo, Luke, are you a crime boss now? He's like, no, I'm more like the boss of crime.
Listen, I'm sorry to say this, man, but if you're going to be the boss of crime, then you're a crime boss.
And indeed, the final scene is an homage to The Godfather, with them closing the door on her while Luke does business. Will Luke Cage lose himself going down this path? Find out maybe never, because the show's canceled, and that's how season 2 comes to an end. If you like this recap, hit that subscribe button for more of the best recaps of TV and movies. And if you love this recap, check out the join button and support the channel as a member.